So now I'm going to show you how to make a release of information. So I was in my cases and I came into the student that I need to create a release of information for. That document is housed under Other Documents, so click on Other Documents, and the very first one is a release or consent. So I'm going to click that I need to create a new one. And the sent date, so if you're going to send it out to the family tomorrow, you can adjust that date as needed and hit submit. So now I need to fill in all the information in red, but fill in as much as you can. Here's the child's guardian. So select one or more of the guardians. So I'm giving it to this parent. Check one or more of the boxes. And often you're checking both. If you want to be able to talk to and have them talk to you, or you want to be able to share and have them share with you, you're going to need to hit both of these. If you're just requesting records and don't think you're ever going to be speaking to the other person, you could be asking that they release information. Then you're going to write in the organization's name. So I'm just going to select Functional Kids. It must have been one I've used recently. And we recommend to keep them a little more broad, whereas anyone at Functional Kids can speak. Instead of getting as specific as their current provider, their provider could change over the time. And then who is this form going to go back to? That should be you. Get your address and info, and it'll pull in your information, your work information. So then hit submit, and the first page is complete. So the consent information is done. You see my new menu popped up. So now I need to do the release information items. So which of these am I asking for them to release to us? And that'll be your choice, whatever you're asking for. It could be health records, medical records. I know there's no chemical abuse or dependency reports. There's maybe no psychologist or psychiatrist. You know, maybe I'm looking for OT records. And so I don't need to select that, but you may need to. If you want to be able to share anything, this is the teacher in here under special ed. That's where you're going to follow in or fall under. And there's the possibility that you could need to write another option. So now you're going to want to say the dates that you want these records to be shared from a certain time. I often, because I work with young kids, I go back to their birth date. However, some of you could just go back a few years from the start date of when you would want records. So you could say that you want records from September of 2014 maybe. Or you want to be able to talk to them. That's maybe when you know that they first started going to that clinic. Or like I said, for me, I'll often put their birth. If I'm getting medical records from a clinic and it's only a 3-year-old, I might want something substantial might have happened within the last 3 years. And till what point? So you're going to send the release and hopefully get approval around 8/28 of 2018. So you're going to want them to be able to give you information up until 8/28 of 2018. So, or 8/28 of 2019. So I'm going to put a year out on that, because if I just left it today's date, then they would only be able to show me records created between this date and tomorrow. But more could be coming throughout the year. So make sure you put that out for the length of this release, which will be 1 year, or 1 year as long as specified different by the parent. So the purpose for your request, type in the purpose: to collaborate, to conduct an evaluation. Make sure you're writing a good purpose in there that gives a clear story of why you're needing what you need, and hit submit. And you also have the option for a spell check. If you are selecting all of these documents, you can fill in these dates at the top. It doesn't have to be when you're selecting all, but if you fill in the dates at the top, it'll automatically put them into the fields that you have checked on this side. So I recommend just placing them in here and not having to rewrite them in each section. So I have filled out both pages. I'm going to click check completeness. It says I'm done. Make it pending. And then you can come here again and print it. And there is the version, the PDF. And you're going to send this home to the family. Now they're going to sign it. Right here, they will sign and date. They might have given you for 1 year, or they might have said, we're only going to let you get these records. It's going to expire for so long. So both of those are possibilities. And so what you're going to want to make sure you do when you come back in here, after you get it back from the family, you're going to want to put it into final, who it was approved by. I only had one parent on there. What date did they sign it? And then did they say that this is going to last for 1 year, or did they give you an end date and say, I'll let you talk to them for a month? We're going to say they gave it to us for the year to talk to them and hit submit, and now it's in final mode. So don't forget to come back in and put those into final mode.